Let me try to clarify the difference between riba and rent. Rent, we know, is allowed, except for some people who think that rent too is not allowed. We all know that Muslims have all along believed and understood that while riba is prohibited, the rent is fine. Obviously, unless it's exorbitant, it's acceptably high rate. Why is it so? I mean, if you look at it apparently, the two seem to be almost the same. In one case, I give you, I get confused when I talk about figures because, my mind works from a Pakistani system. Now here, I have to convert it to Canadian dollars. Okay, I give you $1 million, right? And I ask for a 10% return every year, and you call it's wrong, haram. And I give you an apartment of $1 million. You see, that's why I was confused. $1 million apartment makes sense? Okay. Yeah. So I give you an apartment which is worth $1 million, and I say to you that please give me a rent every year, every month, which put together for the total 1 year might turn out to be 10%. This is fine. Why? While one is haram, the other is not. It's important that we understand it. The reason is that while in the case of rent, we are dealing with an asset which is of the nature that when you make use of it, it stays intact. I mean, obviously, there might be some slight changes for them depreciation, but the asset by and large remains intact. So what I say to you is that you are using my apartment. Please give me something in return. The amount, the value, the rental is going to be decided on the basis of whatever the norms, the rates of the market say. No problems. The day you feel that you are not in a position to pay the rentals anymore, or you can afford to pay even more and you want to shift to another apartment, well, there's nothing, no problem, except for the fact that you may have actually bound yourself by some stipulation in the agreement. However, when the same, did I say $1 million, I give you in the form of funds, an amount, you know what happens? You spend it in your business and it just disappears. The amount disappears. And you have to somehow manage to recreate the amount, which is never certain. You may or may not be able to recreate it. Why? Because I mean, we all know, in business, there are so many different factors that would impact your performance. And you may not be able to do well for no real, you know, fault of yours. You didn't do anything wrong. You tried your best, your intentions were good, and the circumstances were against you. So you run into losses. Now, for me to ask that, you know what, I don't care. I'm not interested in what your circumstances are, sir. Sorry. You got my money. You got my $1 million. So I want 10%. The Almighty says this is callous. This is not acceptable. This attitude cannot be the attitude of a good human, of a believer. So in one case, it's fine. In the other case, it's something condemnable. So this difference has to be clarified. If I give you $1 million and your business is flourishing, and you say that I gave you 5% or 10% or whatever, no worries. But the moment I realize, and obviously this is something that has to be a part of the contract, I find that you're not doing well. I have no right to demand anything more than my principal amount. And that too, the Quran says you'll have to wait for the borrower to be in a position to be able to pay you back. I can't force you to. In kana zu usratin or naziratun ila maisara. If the borrower is in difficulties, straitened circumstances, give him time, ila maisara, until his circumstances improve, and then he's able to return. So that's the difference.